I arrived on the campus at Wake Forest as a 17-year-old naive guy from High Point. You had less than 3,000 students, and the campus was, much smaller. It's a family-like atmosphere. This is what makes Wake Forest special.
Wake means so much to him because it was just such a special time in his life when he met my mother. He made such incredible friends here that he's kept up with over the years. It just made an impact on him as a person, and he's been able to continue that over the years.
Lou and I share our perspective about practicing law, and that is, it's our opportunity to help others.
I had developed a relationship with a lawyer in Asheville, and he invited me to join his firm. I hadn't really thought of it this way, but our firm's philosophy has been a lot like Wake's, pro humanitate, to get involved in the community. At that time, Asheville was sort of awakening from a deep sleep. A good friend of mine who was the mayor decided that he was not going to continue and asked me if I'd run for mayor. I did and won, and then 2 years later I ran again and won again.
He was very responsible in Asheville for revitalization.
Downtown Asheville, that had once been a very thriving place, was really like a ghost town. There were a few people who I would remember would come up to me and they'd say, "Mayor, I know what you're trying to do downtown, but it's never going to work." But the big majority of people were supportive, so I had a lot of help.
He has the ability to bring people together, to get a consensus on what's good and what's right, and then to pursue that and accomplish it. And he's had great success at that.
I've always had a skill for developing relationships with all kinds of people.
He has the most unbelievable humility, and he's a wonderful listener.
He has an insatiable desire to learn, and that is evident in every conversation that you have with him.
He's patient, he's smart, he lets you have your say, and he has all the attributes of a good leader.
A fraternity brother of mine, he got me involved with the Alumni Council. I worked on that for a number of years, became president. I was elected to the Board of Visitors and then the Board of Trustees. I think if I hadn't been so involved with Wake, I would have never gotten involved with the UNC system, Board of Governors.
Lou was unanimously elected by the General Assembly, and that's pretty unheard of in today's times.
There's so much respect that people have throughout our state and throughout the country for Wake Forest that sort of translated to me on the Board of Governors. I was eventually elected vice chairman and then chairman of the board.
Statistics show, because of Lou, that people now are graduating within 5 years at a higher rate than ever. We have universities now in our system that our tuition is low, so people don't get in such debt. He made a great contribution to our university system and to our state.
He's just a great friend, and for a lifetime now, almost, that we've known each other, I don't have a better friend.
Wake Forest, in addition to the state of North Carolina, owe him a real debt of gratitude.
Because he exemplifies what Wake Forest is trying to identify in each student.
He understands the opportunities that Wake Forest has given him, and he's committed to paying back.
Lou and I went to our Clemson game with some of our grandsons. I have never seen Lou so happy.
I don't know of anyone that enjoys a sporting event more than he does when Wake Forest is involved.
When you get to the end of your life, you want to be able to look back and say, I really contributed to my family and to institutions that you really care about, like Wake Forest.
And he wants to see the university excel. He wants us to thrive.
He has put heart and soul back into Wake Forest.
Wake Forest has been such a big part of his life. I know it's going to mean so much to him.
He's extremely deserving of this Medallion of Merit.
Because of the values and the character that he exhibits day in and day out.